Let's see. Oops. No, don't. Just gotta send the notification. We should be live now. New setup. Honestly, got Windows 11. It's kind of trash, but you know what? We make it do. So if any of my audio settings are messed up, or if... Shoot, what's her name? If she's messed up, let me know. I'll fix it next stream. Audio settings I can fix during stream. It's a lot easier. But the plan for today is I'm gonna redo the UI because it looks like shit at present moment. God, yeah. I gotta love the Windows default backups. Like, they get stale very quickly, but sometimes they're pretty cool. It feels nice. You know what's better than anything? Not the operating system, but the fact that I don't have a bunch of shit on my PC anymore. It's nice to feel like clean for once. Who knows how long it's gonna stay that way, but... So... The UI right now is really fucked. It has been since the start. Not necessarily the start, but like... Ugh. Okay, ignore all the stuff that's going on here. Actually, let me pop that off. I was messing around with enemies before this. Been doing a little bit of work there, not quite a lot because there's some life stuff I gotta get in order. I'm more active on weekdays than I am weekends, but it's still nice to do stuff on weekends. What we got? It's so weird, all the icons are different. I'm like, what is this open right now? There. So, we've got our current weapon over here. We've got... This code is like left over. So, back in the day, right? It used the actual... That's basically the sprite that we hold in our hand. But the reason why some of these look really off is because, well, the sprite just isn't... It's covered with the hand, you know? It used to be a full sprite that the hand was placed in front of, but it just was a lot easier to place the gun sprite in front of the player. So it looks like alright, but just... It's not very good. This is shit. This is... Well, that's not just displaying correctly. We've got our charge meter here. We got that second bar, which is the level of the gun based on how much XP we get. And of course we got health. Oh shit, okay. I actually died. But it's some stuff. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Got Persona soundtrack going on. So it's kind of shit. And I was coming up with some stuff last week. Specifically, a bunch of UI mockups, actually. me open this up too, so you can see this is the original concept for the UI. So it hasn't really changed that much, like at all. And it looked good as this then, but you know, now you can see that it like really needed some kind of shadow going on there. So we've got a bunch of images here actually, and they're very, very small, but you can kind of get the gist of it. Like, I could move it up because currently it's not this high up. I could, this is the current one basically. This is an idea where it's got all the guns here, and either it's a kind of rotation thing where the list rotates based on what our current gun is, or you know, it literally just highlights it and selects it so that the images don't move at all. Neither of them are really a good solution. And one of the cool things I will be planning and will be animating is, instead of the ammo number, which was kind of like already, I'm going to be animating this little bullet thing. And I think this would look so cool. It's not accurate to the number of bullets at all, but it's accurate to when you're out of bullets. And I can't give up on that. Like, seeing this thing, like, being loaded, moved up, and then shot out, you know, as you're shooting would be so fucking cool. The only problem is it's not that useful. It only tells you when you're out, so I can show, with these 6 bullets, I can show a percentage of how much you have left. It's kind of, I don't know how to feel about it. Plus, you're not always shooting like handgun bullets. Sometimes you're shooting rifle bullets, sometimes you're shooting grenades. So this is a big if, you know, it's not very versatile. But I like it because it's diegetic. It makes sense within the context of a real life object, you know? So I was kind of trying to continue that, and I was going to have like a little revolver thing here that shows your current gun, your last gun, your next gun. Just the idea of that is so cool. So I kept trying to make it work. Like here, okay, we use different symbols, like here, like little gems or something. What we got here? Okay, just try all of them. Little like weapon wheel rotate, and this one's not a bad idea. It just doesn't fit with the shape of this at all. Like, I would literally have to... Can I get a skew here? Can I get a... There we go. I would have to skew sideways to match with this, and it starts looking weird. Like, if this was, you know, not a pixel art game, I could certainly do that, but it is, so I can't. And plus we're getting into floating UIs, and they just, I don't know, they don't vibe with me completely. There's the other one, where it would like attach on the end where this gun thing is. And it would show you a little rotating selector. There's your currently selected one, there's your next, your previous, all that kind of shit. Like showing the 2 next ones, 1 previous. It'd be nice, but the problem is, what fucking gun is this? If we have, like, I don't know, maybe 10 different guns in the final game, how the hell should I know which one blue is? I kind of need the big icon to go along with it. And what's more is, if this is supposed to be a little mnemonic symbol or something, I got 4 pixels of room to work with here. I'm not going to be drawing any symbol that is like anything recognizable. I thought about this, right? Most recognizable symbol, like numbers, right? Numbers and letters. I can't even make like a letter in this space, you know? So it's just not gonna work out. I can, you know, make an A maybe. Can't make a B. Not enough resolution for a B. It just doesn't work out. There's your B. Even if I expand that to 6 pixels, it doesn't get much better. Like, now I can draw my B. But, then I gotta, like, have an outside kind of thing going on here. Starts getting bigger, and it just... Okay. There. There's the minimum space, and then I would have to have like a little shadow here, and you can already tell, well, for this size slider, it's way too big already, you know. I need this outer border just to show that it's still the same icon. We just simply don't have the resolution to work with here. Plus, if I didn't work with resolution, instead I worked with color, it would still look like Dog Dookie, because now we're like selecting some Lucky Charms here. Like, it just doesn't fit. And if everything is a color, then I kind of have to use rainbow colors. I can't use a limited color palette with, like, can you tell the 9 different shades of green here? I don't think so. So it's kind of a bust. What works a lot better are, let's see. There they are. Get rid of this little circle. See, these symbols work great. These symbols are actually just, they're just the guns, but at like half resolution. So yeah, here's there's the turnstile jumper. But if I like resize this to half size, it looks like something like that. And then I just edit that sprite to make it actually look good. Simple as, and that works pretty nicely. That even looks better. Yeah, but that's the gist of it. These are certainly big enough to like reasonably see what gun is currently being done. Excuse me. So that works, and then I kind of edited the shape of it because it fits the gun profile, and it fits this this Pokemon UI kind of style design I got going on here. This rounded, let's see, trapezoid? No, what's the other one? Rhombus? Something like that. Parallelogram. They always call it a parallelogram, even though like parallelogram is just a generic term now, isn't it? Rhombus has to be diamond shaped, doesn't it? Something like that. Anyways, even more rounded here, and it's even more Pokemon-like, which I quite enjoy. So this is kind of the final thing I came up with, which is, it's not much, but here's what we got. So I'm going to work on trying to implement this today, and by the end of today, it'll be actually in the game. Still leaving me room to mess around with stuff later. Oh yeah, actually, there. I want this guy up here too, just so I can actually see which gun. Would be fucking cool if I added these to actually like but I don't know. If I did that, I would want to animate them properly, and then I would be super autistic about like the blah blah, you know. This isn't not even enough, like it's enough resolution to do it, but do I really need to go showstopper for a tiny little annoying animation that's going to be in the corner of your screen every time you shoot? Like, that's too much. I don't know. Anyways, one thing I can fix right away is this god-awful icon here. This is like the oldest gun icon. You can see it was from the old like HUD mock-up that I showed earlier. But here's the newest icon. It's making this gun. This one also could use a little bit of work, to be honest with you. The big thing is that this white outline here, it works good for guns that it works good for. Like Turnstile Jumper is probably the best example of what it works good for. Because all these are very dark. We really just have to see it against a white. Interesting. But if you see this against a white, it contrasts beautifully, and it has no issues like that. So we really just need to make this guy look good against a white background. Let's see if this does. Nah. Oh yeah, so you can see it totally, is it indexed though? No, we want to go to RGB color, just for this, because I want to edit the colors. Yeah, so, let's reduce that more than that. It's got kind of a green thing going on here. Oh, that's so funny. That's the actual color I'm already using here. Oh, that's close to this, which we will reduce a little bit. There. Then we can reduce this a little bit to 80. And then we can reduce this to 90. And I think that'll be fine. I can go across a little bit, boost the saturation. Maybe not that much. That's not bad. So now it stands out better. I don't know why I have this god-awful yellow color up here. I think because the actual gun it's based off of has a little weird front sight notch there, but why don't I just do a better color? Actually, I should take a look at the pistol it's based off of. I'll also be back. Yeah, BRB. I'll draw it here. That's clear enough, yeah? Spend too much time on this. Alright. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm here. Boo, boo, boo. This will be sweet. This is super unprofessional, but what you gonna do? I was a little bit hungry, so I made myself something. And these are chill streams anyways, there's literally nobody here. Okay. Yeah, that looks like slightly better. These are kind of contrasting now. I'm surprised that curve is not very good. Like, what's that going on there? Getting colder as it goes up, but I could try that. But let's pull up that forgotten weapons. Let's see what's going on here. Actually, it'll be in one of my playlists that I had. There's a bunch of stuff here. Jesus, okay. That's not bad. No, for some reason this is in my inspiration folder instead of fucking just general folder. Alright. I gotta look for this for a bit. No, actually not. Way at the bottom here. That's not the one. Let's try. It's giving me ideas now, actually, because I'm seeing a bunch of Forgotten Weapons videos saved here that I never actually made weapons based off of. But, you know, I don't need to make more sprites. Yeah, that really is all. Oh, is this it? No, is it? No, it's... God, no, it's not this one. Though that is fun. 20-shot revolver. No, certainly not. I was gonna make one based off of this one. Gotta love the design of some of these. Was it based off of... No, it wasn't based off of this guy. Wasn't based off of this. That's even a submachine gun? That's pretty crazy. Oh my god, you're seeing all my Germa videos, but Let's go to his videos and go, not oldest, but maybe he has a playlist. Oh, he's got tons. If I remember, it was not an air marshal rifle, but something similar. I don't know. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to write this down somewhere. Literally just watching these videos. There's so many videos. Oh man, I'm never gonna find it. If I remember, it was an American gun. American revolver. Or it was like some weird French one. Alright, let's like go from the start here. Oh, was it this? No. Wait. Shit, maybe this is it. No. But it has the same front weird sight. For dinosaur hunting. Is this even allowed? No, of course, this is on YouTube. What am I even asking? Pistol trials. Let's see what he's got here. Man, it's so generic looking. It's not even gonna show up here.
Armies aren't that much different from me.
That's really unfortunate. Let me look back in the playlist real quick. Not Nosferatu Flow. It must have been a Colt. It looks just like one. Okay, let's go from that assumption, right? Wait a second. That's not it. but that's the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of this guy. It's certainly not the weapon though. It's like a weird snub nose kind of thing going on. Yeah, and I wouldn't have put the little yellow thing there if there wasn't a reason for it. But it certainly is a cult, this one. He has literally has 200 videos on revolvers. Wait, we could probably find it from here, just from the thumbnail. I'm gonna flag any suspects. It wasn't that last one I clicked on. It was... I did want to make one based on the Dardic because I think that whole like loading system is so cool. Definitely not very useful, but it'll definitely be in the thumbnail. Maybe it was Smith & Wesson though. Maybe? After staring at this sprite for so long, it's just gonna be like oh man. Okay. Maybe he didn't... Oh, but he must have... Well, it's fine, because it would have been 3 years ago anyways. Oops. Nope. Nope. No, because it doesn't have that second thing. No, because it doesn't have a front sight.
Really, it didn't prove to be a practical revolver.
It might be this. Let's compare it, right? I gave it a checkered grip. Ooh, a little like... It does have that little pin in the front. I think that's going to be key, actually. This is a little pin in the front. And it has this, which I remember I drew earlier as something more similar to this. So that's on the table, at the very least. This... I don't know. That's also a good candidate, besides the fact that the grip is very, banana-like. Not that. Certainly not that. I've never seen that before. It was very shiny. It wasn't blue, it was chromed, kind of like this. Oh, this might be it. This is totally it.
This is a top break revolver and a lot. So this is, let me show you improvement.
This has to be it.
Anyway, there's enough. Third military pattern web links. You think of this line. Previous major pattern of the web.
It has to be, right? Got the little... Okay, you know, this is it, actually. Webley Kaufman, huh? Let's compare it. Yep, that looks like it's based off of that. Let's do it justice, though. Oh, I certainly remember this, yeah, because it had that... The barrel is like, octagonal. Yeah, okay. Let's do justice to this. Real quick, I want to check the other ones. Nope, banana shaped. Nope, too dark. The grip is black. Nope. Okay, it's this one. And then this one looks similar, but the banana grip tells me it's not it. And this one, no. They're both Webleys, though. That's interesting. Okay. He's got a British gun, huh? Not be streaming. Alright. Stuff. Let's take this. This is a decent enough reference image. Alright. Blah. We'll save this as a separate one. What do we want to call it? Instead of the revolver, let's call it, yeah, but it is just the revolver, you know? It never really did anything too different. it's just gonna be the new icon. Yeah. Let's pop that bad boy in here. Let's get the proportions right this time. This is gonna be for just the proportions. Wow. It's quite short, isn't it? Okay. Let's draw an outline of this. I don't know how this goes around here, so I'm just gonna assume bleh. Oh yeah, actually I shouldn't have drawn over that fully. Assume something like that. Really is a little bit different from what I've already got. I should have drawn this on a different layer, but so be it. Then I should see that goes down really far. Where he's got this. It goes all the way down here. And then stops. Well, let's pop this up here. Stops about here. And then it's got space. Does it? It's interesting the size of our guns. Actually. Right, because this isn't gonna be the best actually. Is this... It's still, I'm sure it still is the Persona 5 soundtrack, but it's curious enough to me to check, like, what the hell is going on here? Is there an arcade section in the game? I haven't played it. Come on. Come on. Background. Stop making it the background. Shit, I forgot what they, There's always something weird about this. When you tried to make it the... Yeah, background layer cannot be moved. But why is it the background layer? Convert to layer. There we go. Come on. Come on. Why are you invisible? There we go. A sprite just being funky because it wants to, I guess. Alright, if this continues on, like this is, I don't know. I did ask for the full OST, but this is kind of grating. Okay. Man, that looks even worse than the last one. I don't know how that happened. Okay, yeah, we are fucking Persona 5 soundtrack. Get the fuck out of here. We're not messing around with that bullshit anymore. We got Windows 96 awkward dance music. Half-Life Let's just do that because I don't know what the thing is going to be like yet. And then that's fine for now. Come on. Okay. Bleh, that looks even worse, but we'll fix this by referencing both of these. Like there I can kind of see the shape of it better. Okay, I'll pop that in a different monitor. It's actually more half-moon shape than I gave it credit for. That's so weird. I do like these colors, so I will keep them here. It does have a hatching pattern, but not on the back, but it actually kind of goes all the way around here, so we'll keep it. I think the reason why I didn't have hatching there is because it was a highlight, but it should still have hatching on the highlight. Wasn't being very accurate with it. It's more of a 45-degree angle. Let's get this back out because it does look like a Mauser like right now. I guess there is a question of how accurate it really needs to be, but let's go with it. Considering we're going to be animating it, if we are going to be animating it. Did I not factor that in? I guess not. And I probably didn't factor that in either. Yeah, that's what this thing is right here, I'm pretty sure. It's almost as if, yeah, it does get taller. We're changing the proportions quite a bit. I'm almost considering giving up on this and just going back to this, giving it the proportion or the features of this, right? Proportions of this, features of this. Or features of this. Let's see what it looked like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, let's work with this. Bleh. Okay, I don't even know what I look like right now. But that's stupid fucking. There we go. Got him. Fly. Yeah. Okay. So this is fine, but it's not very high detail. And I would like to go a bit brighter with it, but yeah. Let's get really into it here. This is something I would like to bring down a little bit. I like that it goes off here, and this part doesn't have the checkering in my version of the gun. And then there. So that's kind of nice, actually. Just extended that a little bit. This part is way bigger than in the actual gun. Like, I could pull this down almost. And then pull this down by extension. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. Although it's kind of bumped out here. Ugh. Okay, well, that looks better, so I'm gonna go with that. I see why I did this now, because it's got this kind of thing going on here. The picture is just weird, and you could tell I took it from this picture, but let's just go more realistic with it, right? This is a hole, so it's bright. This is normal colored. This is another hole, so it's also bright. We're putting this kind of lighting on it. Top left lighting. So if I am putting top left lighting on it, something like that might be better. Or the curved kind of trays there. Actually, yeah, no, it would be the opposite, wouldn't it? Just like we see here, that's the groove, and then this would be completely normal colored. But what's really missing here is the really deep shadow on the outside here, like even darker almost. This, let's give it more of that saddle shape to it. There. And then we're keeping like this straight across probably, even though there is this up here. And then I don't know what's going on here. Let's clean this section up. Something like that. Starting to get more interesting looking. This can even go down one, just because it is really big. I do like that, kind of implying that it's there lower. I also like that because it really does have quite a lot of this area going on here. We're missing this nice curve upwards. It's almost as if I need to carve out a little bit more of this. Let's get rid of those highlights now and see what the shape looks like just with this. It's like it should be that. And then because that would be highlights if our lighting direction was kind of consistent here and not being like downlit like I think this is. This shape is still not very thick. I think it could be thicker. But I do want that gap there, so I kind of got to accept that a little bit. What was the previous one look like? Yeah. Yeah, that looked nicer actually. Okay, what do I do with this big box section here? Because I liked the contrast a little bit better. This is too much, man. It's because it wouldn't get averaged to that dark of a color. I'm thinking about it now. Yeah. Because it would get averaged to a more medium color here. Let's see what other kind of detail we can do on this before we just leave it. Because I could make it the whole length. Might as well, right? No harm. It looks, yeah, it looks a little bit better than it used to. Still don't know about this whole box section, but it's got a vibe to it. Certainly is a different vibe from this to this, but I like it, so I'm gonna go with it and just call that done. Yeah. I would like to replace it. So we got that. Don't need that anymore. And then the revolver can stay the same, the actual original. One thing I do want to do here is... What do I want to do? Oh, I wanted to note somewhere down that this was this guy. Yeah, why don't we just take a look at all the guns today and update them just to work against a white background? I think that's a good use of time. The programming stuff can be a little bit later. What I can also do now too is make the small icons at the same time. So for example, taking this guy, you can already see it actually. Let's open the small icon for, or did I never make one? I don't think I ever made a small icon for there. I just made it here instead. Okay, well let's crop it to this, right? Trim. No, it's right crop. So this will be the first reference. Just check that that all makes sense here. Okay. And I don't know why I'm putting this guy up here, but I'll just do that. The surprising thing is that this guy is pretty similar. Looks wise. Okay, but that's a good icon. We'll save this as small icon. Or should I do icon small? Yeah, icon small looks better. That way it gets placed after the file too. Okay, so now this will be the small icon for this guy. Save as. Yes, I know. And now we'll open the original revolver icon that we just made and reference that when making this guy. Simple as. interestingly enough, it seems to have gotten rid of this middle color, which I don't mind, I will take. I'll take that. One thing I don't know entirely did reduce this, but I guess it is kind of like that. What is this one? It's 4, huh? I could make this thicker. It's still 3. Yeah, it's dark, so you won't be able to notice, but it makes sense. I'll leave that there, because it does kind of jut forward there. Yeah, that's fine. Icon small. Let's do another one. What's the next guy? Red 7? This is a fantasy one. Actually, it is just based off of a, Red 9 and the Mauser though, but it's red because it looks cool. Let's make a small icon for this guy. I love his little ring kind of thing over here and his box thing. I don't even know what this is, but I do like his design. Let's oh man, no, I'm not doing that. I certainly feel bad for making it that size, just because of what it does to the whole thing. But we'll save this file. Red 7, icon small. And let's double check this guy. Make sure he goes good against a white background. Because I don't think he does. Yeah, no. Okay, so we'll just reduce this color very slightly. Yeah. That works. It is very... It's more simple than this guy. I wonder if I could add a little bit of, you know... let's update it a little bit. Because it does seem like it's a little too few colors here. One thing I know I can do is... just a little bit of shading here. Because it is cool. It's like the Mauser's got that straight across thing going on here. And then the thing's supposed to be red, but how red is it? That's the question, right? Too stripey? Might be a too stripey. But let's go with it. And then this whole thing is like added on. Maybe this has a hole in it, you know? I like the idea of that because it's more of a impact absorbing kind of thing. And then it's got like, would it be a hole down here to show? I don't know how I would show it's like clear through there. Besides that, I could go with a dark red color, but just looks a bit weird. I think I'll go with that. So I don't know what's this going on here. This... Okay, let's make this more realistic, right? Just a bit, like a hair more realistic. The whole thing is supposed to be like revolving like this, but let's just assume it's doing that on the inside. Yeah, should I go for animated versions of these yet? I wonder. That's kind of why having the reference to the actual guns is important here. Let's see what we can do here. Let's say that this is like extended magazine, right? That pops out at the bottom here. Proportions are a bit weird. Let's go back, see what that looked like. That definitely felt very skinny. Let's open another copy of the red 7 icon just to reference it here. Okay, yeah, I see what I need to do here. This whole thing needs to be back to where it was before. It just looked too good like that. And yeah, that really was it. Let's get rid of this and this random pin here. Let's reshape the front of this like very slightly. Okay. Without the cross here, it just looks a bit different, you know? It had something kind of unique about it, but again with this profile too, though I can certainly give it like a very dark kind of color to compensate for that. This whole thing is like, yeah, this is in front, but the same things would still need to be here. It just has a very strange mechanism, the Mauser. I know the Luger better just because of that weird thing that pulls up. Mauser, this shit, I don't know anything about it. Might as well do that, right? It looks like an ejection port there, but it's the kind of design that it has on it. Should I pop this down? It just looks better like that. Just needs a little something there, you know? This whole thing comes back, so I like the roundedness of that. I do want to put a little dot here, but I don't know where. I guess this thing can have front sights, but these are the, let's just say these are also sites. I also liked how it got bigger here, and that is the intent of this. It will get bigger here, but let's try nah, it doesn't work as good. I think the whole like dot things, if I do that, it needs to be like that. I can make it real obvious then that this is like a hole. Like that. Yeah, okay. That's more obvious then. Let's put highlights on this thing, right? We could use like a highlight color. As this kind of like this rotating thing too. Maybe this shadow color needs to be a little bit compromised. Like that. Assuming this is kind of going to a rounded kind of structure here. It looks very flat now. The fact that it goes up like this, and now I don't like that, you know? Feels like it needs to go across, but certainly have improved it. Let's see, and if it was animated, it would go like boom, 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 like that. And then this would be automatic. All right, let's send that. And then without the and then pop this guy. Actually, I do like it slightly darker here. Just slightly, not totally dark like that. Yeah. And these circles here. All right, let's do that. Soon, let's pretend that's an injection port. The icon we can actually make small a little bit better now because we got the recipe of what makes this guy work. I think that was the end of that album. I'll be putting on another one very soon. See, it feels like that the wideness of this should be slightly larger than that, but we'll go with that for now. I think maybe pulling that at the bottom would be good. Yeah. Okay. Icon small done. I do want to try this out, right? So let's try animating this boy, but first, new album. Or should we try animating something simple? Or should we animate the worst case scenario, right? It's one of those things where it's gonna be like worst case scenario. Oh man, yeah. Why the fuck is it so big? Hold on. No, I did it like this. Okay, so this one's not even in the game. I don't know why I made it this big. This really is like the biggest icon size that we're even going for. But I kind of liked this better anyways. So let's pop this guy and redo this. This is based off that, I mean, it's that H and K, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. It's a classic. What is it? What is it? Scorpion. There we go. Yeah, let's get that written down somewhere again. Like I said that just a while ago, but I might as well put it here, right? If it's in like lore notes, then actually delete this. I'm just gonna create a new note here. Some of this stuff is, oh my god, some of the stuff is spoilers. I don't care particularly, but the revolver is based on the Webley Kaufman. The Red 7 is based off of the Mauser as seen and Red 9 from Resident Evil. I don't know what the turnstile jumper is. We'll have to figure that one out. The machine pistol? Am I calling it machine pistol? It's a submachine gun. Why am I calling it a machine pistol? M pistol, really? Okay. I'm pretty sure it's a submachine gun. Is the Scorpion VZ61? It is a machine pistol. That's probably why I renamed it, because it's not technically a submachine gun. Yeah, okay. Obsidian, where are you? There you are. Okay. And I kind of liked. Well, let's change this up a little bit. It is supposed to be against a blue or a white background, so we can try that out. But oh yeah, sprite color mode, please be RGB. And then we can make him like slightly taller. Looking at the actual guy, okay, so this will be super easy. I just gotta add these little 2 dots down here that are, I think, part of the fold out something or another. Also just gonna make this like that. Little angle thing, kinda. This really is larger. It's because I was basing it off the sprite, not the actual gun. Yeah. With the lighting direction we're going for anyways, this doesn't really make sense to have this going over here. Though I do like the kind of pillowy look it gives it, so I might keep that. Okay, and then the whole thing feels squished upwards just a little bit. I wonder if this banana mag doesn't actually have something there. It would be just a kind of shadow on this side if I did anything, and then shadows here to show the overhang. I don't think I will actually put a shadow over here, just at the end here. And then that can go down there. What are these two things here? Those don't exist on the actual gun. It's more of a just kind of assembly here that's like that. But and then this kind of, oh man, what is this nonsense here? This is just nonsense. Okay, so that's the lug right here. I see. I've compressed it down to 2, and this should actually go down to 1. And this is supposed to be, yeah, I see what that's supposed to be, but it just doesn't work like that. I wonder, this whole thing should be like 1 taller. Have I made the assembly too thin? I don't know. For our purposes, let's do it, right? Yeah. Where should I do it from? Right there? Does that look slightly better? Let's see. That way I can have a gap there. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so what's going on over here? I see it now. Okay, this can go down 1. Now that we have that space. Actually make it a little bit bigger. I'm not doing this very accurately. It's like it goes back, but not that far back. Like, okay, I see it. It's like that, and then like that. And then yeah, that's the dark section that we're keeping there. And this is all fine here. Just gonna go like that. And And there is like a dark section here too. But honestly, that's fine. I don't need to include that detail necessarily. It just makes it look a bit busy. Yes. The only thing is this kind of goes in almost. Like that. And then this bolt isn't going to be as big. Let's make that smaller. Get further. Then it does end around here, so... Let's go with that. It's not bad. This banana mag goes up to that, basically, yeah. And then I like the little hole here just to see that a little bit better. This could be even darker just because the impact that it has on the visuals of the rest of the thing. Or we just take this and then take that, and that looks better. Now I can put highlights where I actually see them fit. Like that. There. Would they be... They would actually kind of be like this instead now, wouldn't they? Yeah. Because they're divots in, not out. Okay. Can I work with that? I can kind of work with that. And then what's going on down here? It just kind of, it goes a little bit longer. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's see what it looks like before. And then what it looks like now. Not a big change, but it certainly makes a difference. Oops. Yeah. I do like the new one better. Slightly more accurate. Let's save it like that. And now pop this open. So the funny thing about this is it might fit better like that. Ooh. That's certainly strange. Okay, let's try and go with that. Just M pistol, isn't it? Blah. Okay, now we can edit this. It's a bit busy. Let's see if we can clean that up a bit. Slightly better. Slightly. All I'm hearing in the soundtrack of this thing is pick up that can. Let's do that. Then okay, that's not bad. Let's consider that done. Should we animate it? Should we animate it? It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be very weird. Okay, now here's the problem, right? If I animate it, I also have to animate the recoil, right? Otherwise, it just won't look good. Let's see, the recoil, like, realistically would be kind of crazy on it. Let's see. Well, oh, he does shoot it in this video. I might as well show you guys, right? Not actually. Because he's got the shoulder on there. Without it would be kind of crazy. But I just gotta animate that going back. And the trigger being pulled. And I don't have to animate anything coming out of it because it's a UI element. Yeah, but I'm really dedicating to it. Okay, so I'm not really dedicating to it. it'd be actually pretty easy to animate that. The thing that wouldn't be is the slight recoil, because it's, to be honest with you, okay, and then the bullets coming out, that would be so cool. Okay, no, I can't do the bullets coming out, that's too much, but what am I doing? Oh yeah, also this thing has sights on it, doesn't it? Damn. Okay, it's because the rack is in the way. That's why I don't see the sights. Yeah, shooting it like this, you wouldn't be looking through the sights anyways. I don't know. I can certainly try. But it's gonna look weird because rotations of very small amounts don't look very good. If it's animated quickly, it'll look fine, but let's make into something new. We are going to give it some frames. I think let's start with 4. So that's neutral. Let me pull up this video in the background. Okay, so neutral is that locking leg forward, and it really just, the fire happens and then it goes back. So I can depict it here, then depict it here, and then depict it here again. So easy as that, right? Frame properties. Let's make it quicker, right? Because in real motion it would be happening like, oh, not that quick. Although it probably would be at full auto. Syncing it up is going to be interesting. But no, okay, let's sync it up with slow motion first. Okay. And then that's the frame that's weird. Okay. That's all good. What else is moving? The trigger. So on that first frame, it's not moving. It's almost as if it's got a static frame. And then, okay, I got it. It's got one. Here's how we're gonna do it. It's got one frame that's static, and then it's got 4 frames where the trigger is being pulled. And then that goes like, okay, actually let me get rid of that. And then I'll just set the loop section like this. Okay, and then where have I actually? I've got this. Okay. So starting from 1. Now, that doesn't actually go like that because that would be too simple. It rotates downwards like that, maybe? gotta look like rotation just a bit. Because otherwise it just looks like translation. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. Now what else is moving while this is moving? I guess it's ejecting, but the big thing it's doing is in this slow motion video, he's got it level. As it pulls all the way back. Okay. So there's our, like, the one we're going to compare it against, but in this one, the whole thing rotates like that much. I know that's just taking that. Ew, that does not look nice. Okay, maybe I can rotate it slightly more. It's not gonna hang on that frame, but... Oh man, yeah, it turns into oatmeal. Now, that's fast rotation. Now, I hate Rode Sprite, but let's see what Rode Sprite cooks up for us. It's not that bad. I remember Rode Sprite's, like, algorithm was really bad. Oh, like that. Like, what are you doing? It seemed to, like, lose track of it. No, yeah, it is bad. Oh, yeah, because it's going off the simple rotation, and then it's rotating it. Okay, so let's just go on simple. Yeah, it just looks better. Oh man. See, it is gonna be kind of a painful process of trying to get sprites to rotate properly. If it looks like oatmeal for one frame, I kind of don't care, right? Because you're not looking at oatmeal. This does look bad though. Gotta keep it kind of slightly similar to what it was before. Otherwise it just looks weird. Okay, So trigger's been pulled, and then let's do like in between rotation here. Because that's like that much rotation, I think. It's 11%. Let's go 5%. It's weird. It kind of like loses itself. Let's see, what... that looks alright. Then I can replace frame 3 and 5. I can copy that. Although, yeah. So that's... that's like that. Certainly very strange, but let's speed it up. Okay. Is this a failure? Is this a success? Oh no, it just looks like it's wiggling. Just very slightly wiggling, you know? Without... is it without the sound, do you think? It's just not the same. It doesn't have the accoutrement to it. It just, without the explosion, without the... without anything else to it, it just looks a little bit dead, you know? And it, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to say, like... I don't think I like the look of that. Considering the effort that went into that, I don't think I'll be doing that. The pulling back of this and then the revolution of that, you know, is something I was more considering than the the actual recoil, but you know, maybe with more recoil it would look better, but I think it would just look like it's shaking. Let's see, what if it's faster, right? Now that's a thing, in it. That's gonna be weird because like if the real machine gun is gonna go like that fast, right? And then my machine gun is gonna go like this fast. It starts looking weird, doesn't it? Alright, so we learned stuff. Let's keep going with these icons, because I think I am doing some good work here. Just keeping them not animated for now. Let's see. Oh yeah, simple as simple can get with this one. Could I go more colors? Maybe. But, oh no. I certainly should update this. Let's take a book from the updated Red 7. No, that's the small icon. Yeah. Let's see. How many colors we got going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors kind of going on here. From that 1, 2. Yeah, no. Okay, so we could use like a highlight color for this. Yeah. After all, it should be kind of... Then I can give this like a more subtle shadow color. Off of that. Although that is pretty similar. Let's go a little bit darker. Okay. This is kind of nonsensical. Like, what is this, right? I do want it to kind of go forward like this, but very stumpily, right? This is gonna be like a bar in front, kind of. Let's give it a full, like, rotation kind of thing going on here. No, actually, I like that color against that better. give it a little bit of edge to it. Then this, I assume that's like some stupid front sight kind of thing. Let's do like that. And then this is some like least ergonomic grip in history. So let's give it something like that going on there. Yeah. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit better. A little bit less ergonomic hell kind of going on there. There's a fat ass fucking grip though. Let's reduce it. Let's keep that design going all the way around here, and we'll just do that instead. This bracket kind of thing going on here is kind of nice as is. I don't want to give it too much like shading, otherwise it just starts to look weird, but we can pull it back a little bit. Yeah, and I like that it goes like this up top. This thing could probably go off the edge here. That would look a little bit better. As a strip kind of thing going on. It's very thick, but we follow the design language, you know? Okay, let's open the old one just to see how we did. Yeah, I think we improved it. I think we improved it quite a lot, actually. It's got a little bit more going for it now. Well, kind of Bumblebee-esque, but yeah. This one's totally not based on anything real, but it's got the kind of little design from like probably one of the TF2 guns, like the Winger. Let's pop that there. Get rid of this moderate color because we're not moderates. Oh yeah, and I could change the... Why don't I do that there? I don't like how it kind of pops out there, so I'm just gonna... It looks nicer like that, so I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, and we'll copy that design over here for this. Okie doke. And then, there we go. Right, so next one. The speeder, pistol, the grenade launcher I need to do. Turnstile jumper looks great as is, but I could take a look at it. The blunderbuss, I never made one for this. Damn, okay. Let's start with something that already exists though, just to get it up to speed. So grenade launcher looks like it's the only one. I think this is one where I also did. Interesting. Whoa. Yeah, this A Sprite version is so less crunched out. I mean, the colors look kind of super crunchy here. I'm assuming it looks better against white like this, but let's see if those are the best colors to use. This one, let's see. Getting a bit tired here. I'd say we'll finish off these for tonight, even if it is a shorter stream. So the just finished the see, this is I know where I'm getting tired. I don't even remember what I'm even saying. The speeder has no real reference. I don't know if it's speeder or spedder like the music artist. I think I was trying to do on the music artist, but who knows. This one is really simple though. This one's based off that really popular grenade launcher. The classic one. Let's see. M79. Let's see. That's an airsoft gun. Oh, well, You know, all the things are displaying airsoft guns, but it is the real M79. Let's pop that bad boy open. 3 model of this. Yeah. That weird bracketed kind of range finder sight type looking thing. It looks like I either used this image, probably just a different image actually, because this one's got a much lighter finish, but let's mess around with this guy. I think one thing that is very clear from here, this could be a bit lighter and a bit grayer, because it is a gray kind of rubber. Yeah. And then I might as well translate that to all the stuff over here. We don't really need to go super high contrast already, because it's got a lot of contrast in the first place. Second thing is, I don't know why I kind of like, oops, I gave it a little bit of nothing there, but it's seriously, it has a sharp edge, so there's no reason not to give it the full sharp edge. Second thing is, this whole lighting thing going on is a bit weird. It does have this, but this kind of goes all the way. I think I would like to give it that kind of barrel shading thing going on. Because we are lighting from kind of the center here. But we're lighting from like 3/4, so it's a bit different. It's like almost like the highlight should go here. But if I keep it in the center here, what is this? Oh, that's the range. That's the rangefinder just in a downward position. That's why. Yeah, I could make that just a different color or something. And then this kind of actually curves like that. And I might as well make it as bright as the other parts of it with that shadow. And then, yeah, it's got this going on here. It almost feels like it's a bit shorter. Get another track going on pretty soon here. This feels a bit sharper down here. This can kind of dangle a little bit because this is literally just the hook for a strap. Same thing with this over here. This is actually just a hook for a strap. So you might as well have them kind of parallel hooking like that. You can get the implication of the strap being there without it actually being there. This thing would be a lot shorter. And then there's a little thing here too. I think I'll do that. And then it actually connects all the way up here. So I don't know what the idea with me doing this was, but like that kind of, except it's downwards, so it's more about this angle not being correct. Yeah, okay. That's slightly better. What else we got going on here that isn't fully accurate? I don't know what this is for, but if I wanted to keep this accurate like this, there's no reason for this to exist. I could do highlight here, and then highlight here, then that can creep into shadow. And then this can be like that. Yeah, okay. That little light strip gives it a little bit of personality there. What else? Can do that. So there is like a little something there. And then this can fade into darkness. See there? Oh yeah, that looks nice. This is like a bracket in front, so that's not being affected by the shadow like this is. Does that make it look even rounder? Kinda. Yeah, why not? We can go full roundness with that. I'm a little bit afraid of putting a full shadow on that side, so let's keep the full shadow on this side. And yeah, this sprite was pretty alright to start with. I'm putting a thick shadow down here, it looks like, and then still like a thin shadow on this side for some reason. Even though I could go with a thicker shadow for sure. That would look like that. I'm also kind of like this this hatching pattern kind of fades off here. I don't know. I also don't know about this now I think about it. Like, does this need to exist like that? Not really. Yeah, because there's no like shadow that's actually being cast there. I could keep that down though. Though it might look nice if it's even a little bit higher. That way I can pull up this shadow a little bit just by like 1 or 2. Let's see. It's not bad. Okay. I'm pretty confident with where this is right now. Still does look a little bit deep fried when you just compare it to this, but we'll keep it there. It's not bad. Now the one thing that this is weird with is that it's not the full height of this, and it doesn't need to be. No, it certainly doesn't need to be. But this was back in the era when I was really concerned with the single like overhang for the sprite. It's a long sprite. So the size is fine as now, but I could make it like longer on one end just to justify the size of that sprite. I don't know. There's an idea. Let's get that small version of this guy. I guess just a new, it's gonna be weird because actually at half size, this icon, let's keep all the icons the same size, but it's gonna be weird just because it's gonna look like that. So what I could do is I could half size it like that, and then just show the front part of it. I think that would be smarter. So if I'm taking just this, even that's pretty small, but it's a lot more workable than... Let's take a look at another one. That's another one of the small icons. We can make this look better. Yeah, we can make this look better. Just give it a little bit of shine. Let's get another soundtrack on. I did kind of forget to. Another Windows 96 album. Going with that. Could go with that. think that's fine for now. Let's see. So that's not bad looking. This could be... Yeah. Just to give it that contrast, because otherwise that doesn't give it a lot of contrast. Okay, so we'll go with that. What's the final one? Let's this one, right? And then Tsurugi, but I don't know if I want to keep Tsurugi. That's more of an experimental thing. This one I can... It doesn't look bad, but I can definitely edit the colors to give it a little bit more contrast. It's like it almost needs to be brighter. The thing about this too is that it also doesn't feel like it has a very consistent lighting direction. Or doesn't feel like it has a lot of consistency to it at all. It just needs a little bit more of that. Yeah, just a little bit more consistency. And contrast, but Hmm. Okay, got that checkered thing kind of going on here. I could also just go with that. But the whole point just to... Let's also go with that 3 color, yeah. Can go with another color here, maybe. And then this, I remember, was some kind of like that kind of thing going on. Do I dare add like more colors like this? Like, I don't know. Does contrast even help with anything? No, but I could make this a bit darker. Yeah. Not bad. Still a kind of smorgasbord of colors, but Gasbrod? Smorgasbrod? I don't know. Got a bit of a like kinked kind of like it goes out a little bit here feel to it. And I do like the idea of that. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It seems like it's fixed itself just a bit. This fucking weird angle is still bad. I would just want to fix it like that. But there, in real life, there is a little thing there. Just fix it by going like that, though. That doesn't look bad. Now how would I fix, like, this weird nonsense? I guess I could go like that. Yeah. Alright. Yes. Let's see what it looked like before. Just to compare it. Can I tell the difference right now? No, but actually I can. Yeah. Very slightly improved. Shape is better. Alright. Let's do the icon again. And I think the same thing with this one, where I'm really only interested in depicting it without the silencer. Alright, let's see what we can do with this to clean it up. It's not bad, actually. Alright, we'll keep it as that. Should I get rid of that middle color because I don't need it anymore? And then maybe we could do that. Yeah, I could get rid of that white color too. Alright. Okay. What are we gonna do next? Blunderbuss, but we can just say that's for another day, because that's creating new sprite, so And Tsurugi is literally just a sword, so I don't need to worry about that. It's kind of an outlier already. Oh yeah, and the turnstile jumper, just to make sure, should go very nicely against yeah, I already know it does. Certainly it does. Oh yeah, I should save and say what the haymaker is based off. I don't know if you can save YouTube Shorts to a playlist. I'll have to look pretty far back since it was about last week since I made this. We'll see. Just make me realize how much music I listen to and how much of the same music I listen to. That's funny. Looking back in YouTube history. What we got going on here? It's unfortunate that, you know, you sleep till like noon and I can still only make it till just about midnight. Sleep schedule. I gotta get up earlier. Make the most of the day and all that. Let's see. When was this? May 13th? That's certainly way too far back. I gotta look for the 17th-ish, right? Oh, but it doesn't save history for... See, I don't even know if it saves history for shorts. Which would be a huge disappointment because, yeah, what am I supposed to do? I believe it was a Swedish gun. Dang. This is gonna be really, like, almost impossible to search for because just specifically finding a YouTube short. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. This is a Ruger 22 with silencer from this specific YouTube short. And I liked it just because it had the kind of pink and green kind of thing going on to it. I'm sure it's just because of the lighting, but it Had a nice look to it. And I don't think it was Swedish. It is... Well, what's the Ruger company? German? Swiss? American? No. Really? No way. What? Huh. No, you could have fooled me. Yeah, sure enough. Okay. Ruger 22. And then the blunderbuss is based off of something. It's literally just an actual blunderbuss. And then Suzuki is based off of like this one ancient Japanese iron sword. I gotta find what the ref is though. But okay, we got all our icons here. I guess I can languish for a little bit longer. What is this? God, that looks terrible. Was I gonna make something like that at some point? Just literally a box. Let's clean up these files a little bit. Any of these ASC files I don't really need anymore. And this animated file, I don't think I'm gonna go with that. Oh. Shoot, did I? Oh no, I must have saved over that. Geez, this is the problem with Windows 11. I'm like looking at this, all these icons, and just like somehow it's less useful to me. What the fuck is rename? R share rename. It's up here. Yeah. If I have to look back in the VOD and then like draw it based off of that, I will. Easier than doing it over again. Otherwise I should still have it. Red 7 icon small, red 7 revolver icon small, speeder icons. This one's ASC, I don't need that. I also don't need that. Or you. And then this should not be an A sprite. What do we rename this? It's on the bottom now. I believe I should just be able to make it into a PNG? No, okay. See, why do I get the normal, like, it's like normal here and not normal over there? I really just gotta turn that off by default. But yeah. That should be most of those things. Redoing the HUD actually is going to be more of an involved process than this, and I don't think I have the mental fortitude to do so. But we did do some really good work here, updating a lot of these old ones. Just take a look. No, that actually is the new one. I was like, oh wait, that's the old one. But honestly, see, that's the old one. Yeah, we just worked on that. I'm not gonna look at that. We'll save HUD mockup. That's the new one. Yeah, that looks nice. This one's the biggest glow up of all of them, just because of how fucking weird it looked before. And this one was pretty in-depth. This one, yeah, this one was alright. I still might edit it a little bit, but don't save. Well, let's see what we got here. This one is basically what we've already got. Not saving that. Not saving that. But I am probably doing not saving that because we should have that saved already. Oh, why does it keep going to small? Jeez, like I literally just redid that. Like, shouldn't it remember that? Okay, well, we basically are using the same one, so I might as well. Hey, Sprite, can you be, like, less dumb for, like, 2 seconds here? Thank you. I do need to the M pistol one. Let's see if we can go back enough in time. I can. Isn't that nice? No, what's that backwards? I love how much history this has, by the way. Okay, so that's the final one I was going to go with. Good. Nothing was lost. And I can pretty much call it. Well, that was some graphic stuff for today. We'll see how the VOD turns out. Maybe it won't turn out at all, but nice to be working on Laputa as always. I'll let you guys know when the I'll probably do another stream when the HUD is done and it looks a lot nicer. So we'll see. All right.